Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk getting started with Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry, and today we're going to take a look at the Blades of Khorne Daemons faction. In this video, we're going to go through, talk a little bit about how the Blades of Khorne Daemons work on the tabletop. We'll then take a look at a couple of units we recommend to start your collection with. We'll then explore some other options in the army list, looking at other units to expand with, and finally finish off the video with a little sample warband of 1000 renown for you to use as some inspiration for creating your own Blades of Khorne Daemons warband for Warcry. Before we get into anything else though, you can find the rules for Warcry and indeed this particular faction and many others for free to download on warhammercommunity.com. Simply go to the downloads part of the website and underneath the Warcry header you'll find all the downloads you need. Now, the Blades of Khorne Daemons, they are a hyper-aggressive, combat-focused warband with abilities that focus on dealing damage to your opponent's fighters indirectly or empowering your own fighters to do more hitting. There are no hero-specific abilities for the faction, everyone just uses all the same super hitty abilities. You've got a cool reaction that can allow you to deal damage to an opponent when they do miss with their melee attacks against your fighters, which is really nice. Just another way to deal some damage outside of your own attack, something that is definitely common with the abilities we have access to. Looking at where to start, and I think the Skullmaster Herald of Khorne is a great place. This is a Bloodletter Champion on a Juggernaut of Khorne. 35 wounds and toughness 5, the toughest model we have available to us in the entire faction. We then have a nice 5 attacks, strength 4, 3/5 on the damage. We've also got access to a couple of different abilities like Mithras Charge, where we can deal damage equal to the value of the ability when we land into combat with an enemy unit. And then we've also got the basic sort of action as well, Blood for the Blood God, where a fighter can only use this ability if an enemy fighter has been taken down by an attack action made by them, and then they get to make a bonus move or a bonus attack action. So some nice stuff there for them. Now, looking at units to go around, Bloodletters are your nice, cheap option for fighters. 10 wounds, toughness 3, 80 renown for the fighters. They've got the cool decapitating strike double, where until the end of this fighter's activation, you add half the value of the ability to the damage points allocated by each critical hit for them, which can be pretty nice. They do 1/4 damage with 4 attacks at strength 4. Looking at where we can go next though, Fleshhounds are a great option. Fast moving with 4, they are a bestial unit, so they can't carry treasure for you, but they can provide a nice utility piece for your faction. You can choose to take the unit champion option, which is the Gorehound as well, which gets a little bit of extra damage and an extra attack, and some extra wounds in there as well. They've actually got 20 wounds each and a toughness of 4, which is really nice. And they also have their own ability called Hungry for Flesh, where they can use this ability if there's a visible enemy fighter within 6 inches of them. They can make a bonus move action and must finish closer to the enemy fighter than they were at the start of the move action. So if they're near someone, they get a free move action for a double, which is really solid. Blood Crushers are our Juggernaut mounted Bloodletters. Now, they have the same Murderous Charge rule that the Juggernaut Lord had, the Skullmaster, where they can deal some damage based on the value of the dice when they finish a move into combat with an enemy model. They've got 25 wounds, toughness 4, 4 attacks at strength 4, 2/4 on the damage. So pretty good defensively and not too shabby offensively either. The last thing to look at is of the other option for hero, which is the Bloodmaster Herald of Khorne. This is a herald on foot. 5 attacks at strength 4, 2/5 on the damage. It doesn't have the Murderous Charge, but it does have the Decapitating Strike ability, which can be pretty nice if you can get a high value and all of a sudden your crits start doing like 7 or 8 damage. Can be a really solid fighter. 20 wounds, toughness 4 in there as well. It's not too bad for a secondary hero option for the faction. And so, lastly, this is the sample warband we've put together for the army. Now, we've gone with a Skullmaster Herald of Khorne as our only hero. This means this model will be the champion for the faction. We've gone a little bit light on fighters, which has lowered our activations down to 6. So 2 Bloodletters, Fleshhound, and 2 Blood Crushers. If you're definitely not liking how many activations you've got, you can certainly switch out a Blood Crusher here for a couple more Bloodletters, which would be a nice little thing to do, but I do like the idea of 3 Juggernaut characters riding around the battlefield, going and smashing stuff. They really do give you a decent amount of toughness. I think for me, Bloodletters, you're not wanting to overinvest in them too much just because of that toughness 3 will let them down. The Fleshhound is a nice additional piece in there, I think, for the faction. And like we said, 970 renown, so there certainly is wiggle room to play around with what you want. Maybe you could go for the cheaper hero option as well and purchase in some Bloodletters with the spare points you'd have from that. But I think this is nice. 6 activations is not terribly low. You've got a couple of Bloodletters I'll be throwing, my first couple of activations on and using my Blood Crushers late in the turn. And 125 wounds is slightly below the average, or on the lower end of average, which is not too shabby. It is generally contained within 4 of the models, and your Bloodletters don't really add an awful lot to that wound count. Only 20 of those wounds belong to the 2 models there, and the rest is on the other 4. But if you've been playing with the Blades of Khorne Daemons in Warcry, let us know how you've been going and what you would do down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our cool little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so in our Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either by joining our Patreon or YouTube members, both of which are linked in the video's description, or going over to our channel merch store and grabbing some channel merch for yourself. We'd like to give our Patreons and YouTube members a special shout out for helping support the channel and allowing us to keep doing what we're doing. So a special thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising 8, Cure Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Derek and Bloobs, and to our YouTube members as well: Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny 84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle and Davis Weir. And a special thank you to Lady Witchfox at the end here, because she does all the amazing artwork for the channel. It looks stunning. With that said, thank you all for watching once again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.